Hello, welcome to the next section, Advanced Events. In this section, we will cover event delegation and its challenges, performance pitfalls associated with certain events, then we will cover custom events. Finally, we will look at the special event system that JQuery uses internally for sophisticated interactions. Now we move on to the first video of revisiting events. In this video, we are going to create a simple photo gallery. The gallery will display a set of photos with an option to display additional photos upon the click of a link. We will be needing a web server to run our file, so we have created it. Also, we have created packages and added the style sheet. We have a Pages folder which contains HTML pages. The Photos folder contains photos which we will be using throughout this section. We create index.html page that defines the gallery. Here we add this code. Note that the pages we have added in Pages folder contains the same content as this code. The only change is that the photos change. Note that we have added the reference to Next Page, and here we have used reference to Local Page. When we apply styles to the photos, arranging them into rows of 3 will make the gallery look like this. By now, we are experts at the common task of reacting to a click on a page element. When the More Photos link is clicked on, we need to perform an AJAX request for the next set of photos and append them to the div id equals gallery. For this, we create a new JavaScript file, 4.0.js, and add this code. We also need to update the destination of the More Photos link to point to the next page of photos. To do this, we add one more JavaScript file and add the code. Our .click handler now uses the page num variable to track the next page of photos to request and uses this to build the new href value for the link. Since page num is defined outside the function, its value persists between the clicks of the link. We remove the link once we have reached the last page of photos. The next feature we want to provide on this page is to display the details relating to each photo when the user's mouse is in that area of the page. So we create one more JavaScript file, 4.2.js, and add this code. Refer this file in our index file and run the index.html file. When the cursor enters a photo's boundary, the associated information fades into 70% opacity, and when it leaves, the information fades back out. There are, of course, multiple ways to perform this task. Since a portion of each handler is the same, it's possible to combine the two handlers. Let's look at it now. We create a JavaScript file, 4.3.js, and add the code. Here, we bind a handler to both mouse enter and mouse leave at the same time by separating the event names with space. With the same handler bound to both events, we check for the event's type to determine whether to fade the details in or out. The code locating div, however, is the same for both events, so we can write it just once. This example is admittedly a little contrived, since the shared code in this instance is so brief. In other cases, though, this technique can significantly reduce code complexity. If we had chosen to add a class on mouse enter and remove it on mouse leave, for example, rather than animate opacity, we could have taken care of it with a single statement inside the handler using this code. In our case, our script is now working as intended, except that we haven't accounted for the additional photos that we load when the user clicks the More Photos link. That's all for now, friends.